A record is the core element used to define an event within a timeline. All the timeline events are stored in records. In its simplest form, a record has a title describing briefly what the event is about and then a start and an end date. However, in order to create timelines with a richer set of information, Istoriam Records have a larger set of components. This tutorial focuses mostly on describing the different operations possible on a record, while other tutorials will provide a detailed description of the components. Records are created and edited in the Record Management window. You can open that window using one of the following methods. Click on the Add icon on the toolbar of the display window. Select the Add Records submenu option under the Records menu option. Use the fast key combination of Shift-Command-A. The window is divided into three parts: a record toolbar on the top of the window, a record components menu on the left for selecting the record components to work on, a record component value subview on the right to enter the value of the record component. The record toolbar contains three icons: add the record to the database. Once you have completed working on the components of a record, clicking on the add will save the record in the database. Clear clears all the record components fields. Pin. When pin is not activated, the record management window will close after you click on the add button. When the pin is activated, the window will remain open so you can continue to add more records without having to reopen the window for each record. The record components menu has 6 elements. Main contains the main set of components such as title, dates, and colors. Extra contains an extra set of components such as tags, level, and hierarchy fields. Description contains the field where you enter the describing text associated with the record. Locations contains the fields that allow you to associate locations to the record. URLs contains the fields that allow you to associate URLs to the record. Photos contains the fields that allow you to associate photos to the record. It is important to note that all the components of a record are optional. The app will add a default value to an unused component when one is needed. Hence, you only need to enter the components that are relevant to your record. Once all those components are entered, tap on the add icon to save the record. After saving the record, all the fields will clear. Up to 4 icons, displayed next to the record title, are used to show the content of the component of a record. Right-clicking on the icon will show the value of that record components in a pop-over window. The 4 used icons are: paper, the icon indicates that the record has a description. World globe, the icon indicates that the record has a set of locations. Camera, the icon indicates that the record has a set of photos. Meshed globe, the icon indicates that the record has a set of URLs. Other icons, described in the appropriate tutorials, can be used in addition to those 4. Records that are already saved can be edited to modify the value of one or more components. To edit a record, you can either double-click it or start by selecting the record, then use one of the following methods. Click on the edit icon on the toolbar of the display window. Select the Edit Record submenu option under the Records menu option. Use the fast key combination of Shift-Command-E. Right-click on the record, then select the option Edit from the displayed menu. When you select to edit a record, the Record Components window will appear. The window fields will be populated with the value of the components already saved. Note also that the Add button has changed to Edit. At this point you can modify, remove, or add any of the components. Once you have done the necessary changes, click on the Edit button to save the record. Editing multiple records at the same time will be covered in the Editor tutorial. The application offers also means to duplicate a record. This feature is useful when you want to add a new record that is very similar to an existing one but with little modifications. When duplicating a record, the whole of the original record is duplicated into a new record with a dash copy appended to the title of the original record. You can then edit the duplicated copy and make the necessary modifications. 4 ways are provided to duplicate a record. Select the record, then click on the duplicate icon on the toolbar. Select the record, then select the duplicate menu item from the Records menu list. Select the record, then use the Fast Key Shift Command U. Right-click on the record, then select the option Duplicate from the displayed menu. You can duplicate multiple records at the same time. For that, select the records to be duplicated and then use one of the duplicate methods we just described. Some of the created records will have occasionally to be deleted. 4 ways are provided to delete a record. Select the record, then click on the delete icon on the toolbar. Select the record, then select the delete menu option from the Records menu list. Select the record, then use the Fast Key Shift Command D. Right-click on the record, then select the option Delete from the displayed menu. If you made a change to the database, either adding, editing, duplicating or deleting a record, you can undo that database change using the Undo menu option. You can undo up to the last 5 changes made to the database. You have also the capability to mark a record, so you can go quickly back to it when needed. This could be useful, for example, if you have added a record to the timeline with an incomplete list of components and you want to get back to it later to complete that list. To mark a record, right-click on the record, then select Mark from the drop-down menu. A star will now appear next to the record to indicate that it is marked. To unmark a marked record, right-click again on the record and select Unmark from the drop-down menu. To go to a marked record, open the Marked Record window under the Window menu option. A window will open with a list of all marked records. Select the record you want to move to and then click on the Go There button. The display window will then scroll and center on the selected record. The app also provides a mechanism to search for records with an attribute that satisfy a specific value. The searchable attributes are: title, search for records which title contains a specific text. Level, search for records configured with a specific level value. Tag, search for record with a tag equal to the specified value. To search for records with a specific attribute value, start by selecting the desired attribute from the drop-down attribute field, then specify the desired value in the adjacent value field. Records that satisfy the entered values will be highlighted. The remaining records will be dimmed. If more than one record is found, you can jump to the next or previous one using the right and left arrow next to the value field. Clear the search field to cancel the search and return to the regular display of the records.